All right, today is One for the Murphys, chapters 8, 9, and 10. Chapter 8 is called Wake Up and Smell the Apple Juice. My face itches. My eyelids flutter. I smell apple juice. I open my eyes expecting to see a nurse, but instead I see tree branches and a black velvet sky sprinkled with silver glitter. What's she talking about? A black velvet sky sprinkled with silver glitter. The imagery is beautiful. She's talking about the night sky. I'm freezing and wonder if I'm finally dead. I hear my name. Turning my head, I see Miss Murphy and I'm confused. I can still feel my mother's hand on my ankle and the first hit from Dennis, harder than I imagined it could be. And then I think how I couldn't remember anything that happened after that, or how my mother landed in the hospital, too. "Carly?" Miss Murphy whispers. My first question surprised me. "Where are the boys?" I mumble. "They're fine. I called Jack and asked him to come home." Think that she belongs with them and not with me, and if she left me in this orchard forever, I would be happy. I could be the wild girl raised by the apple trees. This would be my excuse for not fitting into society. "It's so cold, Carly. Let's get you home." She reaches for me. Home? I don't have a home, and I can't believe this woman I don't even know is reaching for me. I never cry anymore, but with this woman's open hand in front of me and the memory of my mother's hands around my ankle, I almost lose it. It hurts, but I let her pull me up. I stare at my feet as we walk back to the house, wondering why she cares what happens to me. Relieved we don't have to talk. "Let's get you inside and warm," she says, opening up the front door and stepping inside. I follow. She closes the door and turns off a bunch of lights that were on outside. "You have a lot of lights," I say. "I had them all on because I was hoping you'd come back." Her smile is sad, like she'd worried as she turned on those lights. "Why did you take me in, anyway?" I ask, unable to stand still and suddenly needing an answer. "Well," she sighs and puts her hand in her pockets. "I grew up with a friend in foster care. She really had a tough time, and I've never been able to shake her stories. And when I grew up, I wanted to help kids. That's how I ended up in teaching." She bites her lip. "Jack and I talked about taking in a needy child before, but we thought we'd wait until our own were much bigger." Needy child. I don't like either word. But it had been on my mind, so I dropped by the foster care office just to get some information. I was curious about the kinds of kids there are. Kinds of kids? Sounds like she's shopping for dishes. Well, I was sitting there in the office with this huge binder of children. So many of them, Carly. She heads to the kitchen and I follow her. And I feel like I should do something. And then Miss McAvoy comes in spitting nails about a kid she had just met at the hospital. I could hear only some of what she said, but what I overheard was, well, pretty funny, actually. I half smile. "The thing is, she kept referring to you as Connors, and so I assumed you were a boy, but there was just something, some vibe. I wanted to help a kid with personality, a kid with some fight in him." "So I can hit somebody," I say, sitting in a chair, because to tell you the truth, I'd really like to hit somebody. She takes a deep breath. "I understand, Carly, but no, you can't. And I don't blame you for feeling that way. I mean fight as in determination." She looks at me in a suspicious kind of way, but I have a feeling you knew that. I look up at her. "Sometimes you need to fight, even if you don't want to." She nods slowly and says, "I understand." But somehow I just don't see her as someone who knows real fighting. Fighting for her probably means getting the last sirloin steak at the grocery store. "Can I get you something to eat? Are you thirsty?" she asks. I realize that the last 4 letters in Julie are "you lie." I stand, feeling like I suddenly have to give back all the nice things she's done. "Do you want your coat back?" She shakes her head, seems confused. I take off her coat and hand it to her, even though she'd let me keep it. She offers to make me hot chocolate, which I want, but I can't seem to say yes to. She tries to be nice, making conversation, but it makes me distrust her all the more. It doesn't make any sense to me as to why she would care whether I live or die. After all, my own mother doesn't. Carly's clearly going through some hard stuff. Chapter 9 is called What a Clip. That's how it looks. Officially, this is my 4th day in captivity. I have started keeping a tally on the back of that dumb hero sign. One good thing, though, Miss Murphy's cleared some time to take me clothes shopping in an actual store. Sorry. This is a far cry from my mother and I making late-night visits to the Salvation Army drop boxes to shop. I remember how she'd hand me a flashlight, hoist me into the bins, and then make requests for sizes and specific colors like I was sitting in there with a doting sales lady in a catalog. Just in case you don't know, Salvation Army is sort of like Goodwill, basically the same thing, and they have like drop boxes, sort of like the Goodwill drop box in the Bilo parking lot. Same type of thing. And Carly's mom would make her jump into the drop box and grab clothes out instead of going to the actual store and purchasing them. It was cool though how we would go to McDonald's afterward and my mother would hold up her ice cream as if to toast to me. "Carly, what would I ever do without you?" she'd ask. Back when I was little, I used to wonder why there weren't lines of people at those bins. I figured my mother must be the most clever mother anywhere. We get to her car. I feel out of place without fast food containers to kick out of the way. I'm also feeling trapped, being strapped into a seat, which puts me 8 inches from Miss Murphy's elbow. "So, what makes Carly Connors unique?" she asks. I slide my hands under my thighs. "Come on, kid, cough up the goods. Something about you." She tugs at my insides, and I hate it. Nothing to tell, really. I was born with 2 heads, so one was removed by surgeons. Unfortunately, they took the wrong one. "Maybe you should have kept it. You'd have made a great referee." She laughs, and I figure I'd rather have her laugh at my jokes than have to tell her anything real. I take a breath. "I'm captain of the Hawaiian downhill skiing team. Oh, I'm also perfecting my recipe for toast." She laughs again, and then I hear her add something as if she's talking to herself and not me. What a clip. I still like this. I wonder if it has anything to do with guns. The clip that holds the bullets? I would want to be that part. "You're a real hot ticket, aren't you? Now tell me something real about yourself." "Well, so what do you know about me already?" "I know that you're pretty sharp." "Sharp as a marble." "And I know you're a nice girl." She looks over. Nice girl is about the worst thing you can say about a person. It says that there's nothing remarkable. It says that you make no impression whatsoever. My mother has always taught me to make an impression. I guess that means you don't know a thing about me. She looks as if she knows the punchline of a joke that no one else does. I say, "I'm in foster care. Doesn't that pretty much spell it out?" She doesn't look at me, but lets out a small laugh. Hardly. The mall is enormous. We quickly join the beehive of people. She picks up a shirt that says Angel on it, and I just about swallow my tongue at the idea of wearing it. "Oh, isn't this cute?" She picks up a different shirt, a striped pink shirt with a white collar and 3 buttons. She holds it up in front of me like I'm ready for a day of golf at the country club. I back away. She tilts her head. "It would look wicked good on you, Carly." "Wicked good?" "Yeah, wicked good. You're in Red Sox Nation now." "Well, close to it anyway." She holds the shirt up again. "So, what do you think?" I usually have no trouble expressing my opinions, but I'm usually good with someone who lives on the same planet as me, and I worry. I worry about making her mad. I think of my mother and wonder what she would think of me wearing these clothes. But living with my mother has also made me a good reader of people. I was trained to see things coming before they actually do. On the streets of Vegas, I learned how to figure people out, who really wanted directions to a casino and who wanted something else. Miss Murphy's bent eyebrows and her slightly open, crooked mouth tell me that she wants to do this for me, and I know that, although she's a flake, I could do a lot worse. I go into the dressing room, and I'm relieved when she doesn't follow. I get dressed and look in the mirror. I feel like I'm wearing a Halloween costume. I also notice that my bruises are fading a little. I come out, and Miss Murphy smiles and asks, "Do you like it?" I don't know what to say. "Do you like it, Carly? Are you happy with it?" I can see that she really needs to hear that I do. Lying when I've had to hasn't been a problem for me before, so I wonder why I can stay quiet. But I can't make myself tell her that I like it. Chapter 10. A genie, fresh rolls, and a penguin. This is a good chapter. We buy 2 bags of clothes and go to a restaurant. "So, Carly, did you have fun shopping?" "Thanks. Thank you for all the stuff you got me. I feel really guilty about the money she spent." She looks up. "You're very welcome, Carly. Happy to do it." Sorry about that. I just had some people that needed help come down the hallway, so I'll keep going. I know I should be grateful, but I look at her and she suddenly makes me mad. Why does she pretend that we have some relationship? My face must give me away because she has that pity look again. Carly, is there something wrong? I want my own mother. I feel like if she could see this, she would be completely wrecked. I decide that I hate all of those new clothes. You seem upset all of a sudden. She scares me. I've been beaten and abandoned. I've been chased by security guards and managers at casinos, approached by creeps on the strip in Vegas, but no one scares me like this Miss Murphy. I feel like she can see things I keep hidden. I feel like I can't protect myself from her. Look, I say, stop playing psychologist with me, okay? Maybe I don't want to talk. Carly, I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong? Maybe it's not about you, I say. She looks hurt, and I'm happy the pity look is gone. Maybe I just don't want to talk to you. Why don't you go home and iron something? Her back straightens. You have no right to speak to me that way. I only told you to iron something. It's probably your favorite thing to do, right? I hate myself. A busboy who looks pretty young to be working here comes by wearing an apron. He places a basket of rolls on the table. Can I start you off with water? I turn to him. No, but you can bring me my mother. He opens his mouth, but no sound comes out. Miss Murphy saves him. I'm sorry, we'll just need another minute. I look at the kid. Do you have unlimited rolls here? Uh-huh. Good, I say, as I grab the basket of rolls and one by one stuff them down into the side of the booth, wedging them between the cushion and the wall. What are you doing? Miss Murphy asks. These aren't warm enough. I want more. I want to see her reaction. See her go berserk. I read the kid's name tag. I say, Rainer, that's your name? Do you have a brother named Thunder? He looks at me like I'm a jerk. He's probably right. When our waiter comes over to join him, Miss Murphy glares, Carly, do you know what you want? My stomach screws into a knot. I told you what I want. She smooths out the napkin already on her lap. Well, how about something on the menu? Miss Murphy's eyes bore through me. I can't look at her, so I look over at Rainer. I can say what I want to him without consequences, things I want to say to her but can't. Do you have parents on the menu? What are you talking about? He asks, annoyed. I want my own mother back. What's so hard to understand? My body is electric. Do you want to order or not? The waiter asks, also annoyed. Did you know that tips spelled backwards is spit? If you bring me a bowl... Carly, Miss Murphy asks, can we just please end this? What do you want to eat? I lean forward and stare her in the eye. Bread and water, like in prison. Her long, drawn-out sigh screams disapproval. I'm so very sorry, Miss Murphy says. We'll just have 2 grilled chicken sandwiches and 2 orders of fries. The waiter scribbles it down and they both leave. I have to give Perky Murphy credit for ordering. I figure she would have left with her coat over her head by now. What will it take to get her to just give up? I call to Rainer, who unbelievably turns around to look at me. Oh, Rainer, don't forget the rolls, will you? And I wink. Carly, Miss Murphy says, and she reaches across the table to me. I study her hand. Freckles, neat fingernails. Why does she think that I will touch her? What planet has she beamed down from? Reach out to her? I would sooner kick a beehive. I want to help you. Liar. Look at her. I look at her. Why don't you just send me back? Is that what you want? I feel like if I move, I'm going to totally lose it. It would just start as a little scream and end up as a raging river. A little stream and end up as a raging river. So I don't move. The sandwiches come, I don't move. She takes 2 bites, I don't move. She asks the waiter for a box, pays the check, and stands, telling me it's time to go. She reaches for me and I jump. I'm sorry, Carly. She sighs and steps back. Why don't we get going? She's apologizing to me. I follow her out. Rainer waves like a doofus and I blow him a kiss. Miss Murphy shakes her head but lets it go. We get into the car. Are you okay, Carly? I'm fine. I watch a movie of myself running and running and running. I don't think you're okay, she replies. I told you not to play psychologist with me. I count the things on the dashboard. It's okay to cry, Carly. You have good reasons. I can see you're filled up right to the top with it. How can she see that? I never cry. What's the point? It's just weak. I know things are hard for you, but I think the release would make you feel better. Like shaking a Coke bottle. The pressure builds up. Don't play science professor with me either, I tell her. People are meant to cry, she says. It's human nature, and it might do you some good. What about penguins? I don't think penguins cry. I want to laugh at her. No, but they have wings. You've lost me. Yeah, look, penguins have wings, but they don't fly. Nobody gets ticked at them. Hey, I look in her eye, why don't we go to Antarctica and shove some poor unsuspecting penguin into a cannon? Tell him that because nature gave him wings, he's meant to fly. And we'll launch the sucker, and when he lands in a broken, mangled heap, we'll ask Mr. Penguin if he's better off, if it's done him some good. What do you say? I pump 2 fists. Are you with me? She starts the car. Tune into the Flipgrid discussion.